Hello? All right. Hello, everybody. It would not be a spring concert if I was not a frazzled mess running around for the last 3 hours registering a cycle attack. So, the kids know what that means. The last 2 ISMAs I've had, my watch recognized me as cycling for over an hour and a half, and it's doing that right now. So, all right. Welcome to the spring concert for the high school jazz band and the high school concert band. Tonight we will be recognizing all of the seniors, as well as the award winners from throughout the year, and of course showcasing the talents of all of your wonderful students throughout the evening. So without further ado, we're going to start with the Blue Alliance Jazz Band under the direction of Chris Kolditz and Jared LaFond.
Hello, everybody. How are you tonight? Oh, come on. I do this every time I get up here. We can do better than that. How are you tonight? Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. All right, so the first song we played was Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. All right, so we had the jazz band has had a very active semester. We went to where did we go? We went to the Purdue Jazz Festival. We went to ISMA. We did the Blue Jazz Cafe last week. And I've been throwing music at this group like crazy. I literally gave them this entire set list that you're going to hear tonight on Friday. So they've had exactly 2 rehearsals and then the performance tonight to do this. I am so incredibly proud of this group. Their sight reading has gotten so much better over the years. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to play another tune for you. And what is the next tune, guys? We're going to play a song called Sway. Some of you might recognize it. All right, the next song is an arrangement that was written by Jared LaFond. He's playing tenor sax over there. He is the assistant the assistant jazz band director here, and he wrote an arrangement of a song called "Lester Leaps." So here we go. Sam Morgan on bass. Trent Yoder on tenor sax. Isaac Hall on trumpet. So in jazz band, we have improv. They give you a set of chord changes, A minor 7, A7, G minor 7. That may not mean a lot to you guys, but to these guys, they try to figure it out. They're basically chord structure. It's a roadmap, but they take their own ideas and they put that in their horn. So improvisation is not as easy as it looks. And I mean, these kids have really come a long way with that. So let's give them a big hand. Our next song is called Ain't Misbehavin'. Jake Meyer on keys. Trey Yoder, tenor sax. All right, our final selection today before we get over to the awards tonight for the Jazz Band Awards. Hooked on a Feeling. These guys help me out all the time. So.
Ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, 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 ooga chaka, ooga,
Ladies and gentlemen, your Blue Alliance Jazz Band. I want to thank some adults that came here and play. John Tepe is the band director from Crawfordsville High School. If he could stand up, give him a band. Jared LaFond, he has been here all year long with us. And our fearless leader who walked off stage here, Mr. Kyle Hartzog. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the Jazz Band Awards right now. We have actually quite a few of them. We have some surprises for the kids. Actually, one of the awards I just literally picked up this morning and ordered it this morning. So we're going to go ahead and start doing the awards over here. All right. We'll do an order of this, and then all these. Yep. Okay. Sounds good. All right. I'm not a great public speaker, and so I have to have my notes here. So kind of bear with me here. So this year, like I said, we had a really active year. We actually added a Purdue Jazz Festival this year. We went to Purdue, and I think Purdue was probably the most life-changing for this group as a whole. They went up there, they saw some absolutely fantastic jazz bands, high school jazz bands. They're like, wow, we can sound like that. And I don't know, something clicked in them right after that Purdue Jazz Festival, and to a point where I can give them music on Friday and we can come out here and play on Tuesday with 2 rehearsals, total of 3 hours of practice. These are just really, really solid kids. So at the Purdue Jazz Festival, we had some soloists. The kids don't even know if they've got solo awards, but we're going to go ahead and start with the first one. All right, for the first one, at the Purdue Jazz Festival, outstanding sax soloist, Anessa Kolditz. Do we need to stand and take a picture or something?
I got a picture frame.
There you go. All right, we actually had 3 soloists that did really well at Purdue. On tenor sax, Trent Yoder. Where are the books? Oh, sorry. Wait, come here. Sorry. I don't know who I have no idea. It's so bright, I don't even see you guys out there. All right. And then finally, oh, that's much better. I feel like I'm talking to people. Finally, we have a freshman that got an outstanding solo award at Purdue University, Isaac Hall. I think your parents where are your parents? They're over there? Yeah. All right, and then we went ahead and, I don't know, it was probably, 3 weeks later? 3 weeks later, we did ISMA. And with the ISMA, we took an entirely different group of music to ISMA as well. So we had 3 weeks to prepare for that. So, because I'm just a big believer in once you've played it once in public, you don't play it again, right? Because there's so much good music out there. So this was ISMA's. Okay. These are the judges' sheets, and I have to refer to these. I hope this is the right one. This doesn't look like the right one. Uh-oh. Oh, no, these are it. Here we go. We had, for our district, we had 3 outstanding soloists again for ISMA. On guitar, Max Day. Yeah, he wasn't planning on that. Complete surprise. I didn't share any of this information with them. Where are we going? Where's Mom and Dad? Right there? Here we go. We played a classical piece called Claire de Lune, and we turned it into a jazz. Well, we didn't. The arranger turned it into a jazz piece, and we had an outstanding soloist for that. That won Outstanding Soloist Award in piano, Mr. Jake Meyer. You need the book. I gotta have the book. Oh, where are your parents? They're always sitting over there by you.
There.
Ah, here we go.
Thank you, Chris.
Yep. He looks so skinny next to me. What's that? On your desk was the last place I saw it. All right. And the final soloist award for ISMA. Oh, our freshman, Mr. Isaac Hull. I don't know if you guys went to the choir concert, but there seems to be some sort of something they're feeding them in the water over there in that Hall household. They are winning all sorts of music awards. I am really excited to see Isaac, see what becomes of him in the next 3 years. So, okay, so that takes care of ISMA. Now the important stuff. Not that that wasn't important. Let's do, that's going to be last. Yeah, let's do the Woodies. No, yeah, that's the surprise. Okay, Mr. Jared LaFond, we have 3 awards to give away, and he's going to explain what these awards are, and then I will announce the award winners. Let's do the Woody Herman first.
So Woody Herman, he was a clarinet player, and he was one of the last clarinet players to play in a big band. One of the people before him was Benny Goodman, and we have Sing, 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 which Ian always quotes all the time. We have to go, Ian, good job. So Woody Herman really pushed the bound. One of his most famous tunes is Woodchopper's Ball, and everyone gets crazy all about Woodchopper's Ball, which is literally one note. That's it. Just one note. So let's go ahead.
Okay.
Hand them out.
You want to hear? You can announce it.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
Here
You
we go.
announce it.
Okay. The Woody Herman, one of them goes to Trent Yoder. Can we take a picture? Are we taking a picture somewhere?
I don't know.
Okay.
There's somewhere.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Where's the next one? And our next one goes to Jake Meyer. All right, you're taking a picture somewhere? Okay. Oh. Thank you.
Oh, Jake. Yeah. What? No, I was going to take a picture with you, but that's cool. You make me look fat.
Jeez. All right, and our next one is the Louis Armstrong Award. And most of us know Louis Armstrong is that guy with that really gravelly voice that sang "What a Wonderful World," and he also played trumpet. In his career, he basically started jazz. We call him the grandfather of jazz. Basically, everything that you can do on trumpet, he invented it. Basically, and we're gonna. Oh. And we're going to give this to Anessa Coolitz.
So you get a certificate as well.
Oh, certificate.
Hold on. Right here.
What? Right here?
Right here.
Yay, paper!
That's a Sousa.
Oops. All right.
And okay.
Yeah.
And then
So I had Jared do that because if I announced her name, everybody would have thought that was biased. So I really, she earned it. She absolutely earned the Louis Armstrong Award. So now the final, well, nope, second to the final award. Hold on. So this particular award was literally created today. I wanted to recognize the person in jazz band. It started off, I don't know how many of you guys know the movie Whiplash, but it started off with all these kids in here know the movie Whiplash. At least they're aware of it. They may have not seen it, but it's about a drummer who literally plays and practices so much that he starts bleeding. He starts bleeding on his drum heads. He bleeds on his sticks. And we literally had during the Blue Jazz Cafe, we had a player bleed all over his instrument. And it was on the upright bass, Mr. Sam Morgan. So we've decided to call this isn't anything he gets to take home. He can go look at it and then give it back to me. But this will be immortalized on the wall for as many years as we can keep doing this. But it says the Blue Alliance Jazz Band Blood, Sweat, and Tears Award. And I have seen him bleed. I have seen him sweat. And I'm still waiting to see him cry. So... so I offer this one, and this is mostly just from us and how much we appreciate you. And I didn't want you to go without an award because, by golly, without you, it wouldn't happen. So, Sam Morgan.
There's a bar.
Where am I going? Where? Yeah, you get it. He's already trying to take that away. We're going to hang that up on the wall. All right. Okay, so this part of the program for the jazz band is kind of the emotional one, and I'm going to try really hard not to well up, and I'm a bit of a crier when it comes to things, to sentimental things, and that's why I always tell my wife that, I just put sentiment, I put emotion, I just absolutely bury it, because I don't like it, but it's really difficult right now. Emma, can you come up here real quick? Emma is our first senior tonight. We are losing the entire sax section, with the exception of Evan here, but he's a bass clarinet. We're going to try to get him on tenor sax next year. He just doesn't know it. Emma here, she's been a part of the jazz band since its inception in 2020, playing flute and singing vocals last year. Many years ago, Emma kind of became my not really adopted daughter because she was friends with Anessa. She always pestered me all the time about singing a jazz tune with the jazz band, and I kind of finally caved and let her, and she did an absolutely fantastic job with it. I mean, really, to be honest, surprised me. But yeah, she has a beautiful voice. Emma is currently in cosmetology school, and I can always count on her to push back on this year's jazz band uniforms because she doesn't want to look like a chimney sweep. So I wanted to bring her up here to let her know that, yes, she does look like a chimney sweep.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Chris.
And with that, you are getting a book, it's called Mole Music. And it's a book, it's a Reading Rainbow book, right? But essentially it's a book about a mole that picks up the violin. He's not very good at the violin, and eventually he becomes very good at it, but he always plays in his little hole, right? But little does he know that he starts affecting, the music is heard above ground, and he starts affecting people, even stopping battles and wars. But I really like this book because music should be a part of people's lives. It affects other people. When you sing, you affect other people. And when you play and practice, you affect other people, and it's always for good. And I want to give this first book to, it's not signed, and I'm not going to sign it, but I just want, nope, I'm not going to sign it. Well, if you want me to sign it, I will later. But I wanted you to do what you wanted to do with it. So this is your book, Mole Music, as a senior gift.
I hate you.
And she promptly belittled me by telling me she doesn't like me. Oh, you're talking to Lars? Oh, okay. I thought you were talking to me. I'm pretty used to it by now. Anyway, okay. Trent Yoder, can you come up here? We got another senior, Trent. Trent has also been here in the beginning. The jazz band's only been around since 2020. And I'm telling you what, we started really, really small. We've grown in numbers every year. I'm concerned about next year, but things always happen. Mr. Childs talked a little bit about this at his choir concert, and he said, but somehow it always backfills in some way, somehow. So I'm optimistic that next year we'll be backfilled in the entire sax section. Trent has been there from the beginning, as well as playing tenor sax for us. He can make a bad saxophone sound good. He has had more problems with his saxophone than you can possibly imagine. Leaks, bent pins, bent keys, cork issues. I mean, you name it, and he can still play it. So pretty proud of him for that. He just makes it work. I remember Trent's technique when he was really young was rough. Was really, really rough. And he has so incredibly, he's improved dramatically from 4 years ago. Which is evident by the solo awards that he gets. A little bit of a story here. Sam Morgan and I were in the back of the auditorium kind of geeking about how well Trent's solo was when he played with the Serenade Jazz Orchestra last week. And Sam and I were just absolutely blown away. We're like, where did that come from? And we were so pleasantly surprised. I was like going, yeah, that's Trent. That's Trent for you. So anyway, Trent, I give you a book from me to you. Okay, this is the tough one. This is my daughter. This one might be a little bit more sentimental than the other two. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
She likes sounding like a porpoise and birds, and she makes these crazy sounds with her voice that I have not really heard anybody be able to make. But anyway, Anessa is my daughter, right? And 4 years ago, when we started this jazz band, I was like, yeah, why don't you come join jazz band? She's like, meh, And she kind of really didn't want to, and I guess I kind of guilted her into coming, but then she stayed for 4 more years.
So true.
Jazz has always been a huge part of my life, and sharing this experience with her, of her being in the jazz band, has been just so incredibly gratifying for me. As far as I remember, she has never really missed a rehearsal, not on purpose anyway. What's that?
I'm just late.
Yeah, she's late. This girl is always late with everything. It's been an absolute blast to watch her learn and grow, and she has such a passion for music in general that, she taught herself how to play the saxophone. One day she just comes up, because we had her as a clarinet in the first year or two, and she goes, Dad, can I play your soprano saxophone? I'm like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And it wasn't, there is a bit of a difference. There's a key difference between the two. But she picked it up, and then obviously she moved over to alto saxophone wherever we needed her to do that, and she did. I have seen her being in jazz band has really helped her confidence.
which is being manifested in many aspects of her life. She used to be extraordinarily introverted and shy, and she is a little introverted still, but one of my favorite evidences of her growth is how she's learned to pour her emotions into her playing. Whether it's classical music or jazz music, she just feels music. I'm a big believer in telling these guys, you know what, don't just play notes. I want you to feel the music, what it does for you, because that's what moves you and that's what moves the audience, is when you feel. And if you can channel that through your instrument, that just makes music that much more rich. And I'm going to give her the final book here, which is not signed. And if you want me to sign it, I will, but that's kind of awkward. So anyway, Anessa Kolditz. And I do believe that does it for that, yes? Yeah. And I do believe that does it with the, she was just telling me I need to hurry because I started pontificating. Yeah, so that does it for the Jazz Awards. We're going to do a set change. I thought we were going to do a set change before, but I believe we're doing a set change now. Right? We're going to do a set change for the concert band, and they will take over. Tri-West Blue Alliance Jazz Band.
All right, next up for the evening, the Tri-West High School Blue Alliance Concert Band. Now, typically this concert is a Pops concert, but most of the people hear the Pops tunes from the band throughout the year, whether it's marching band in the stands for football or in the stands for basketball. So there's still some pop music tonight, but there's also some serious literature involved. Some of the treats that you can look forward to, Mr. Childs and some of the members of the choir are actually going to perform with one of the pieces this evening, and I'm very excited for that because they sounded incredible in rehearsal. We also have a few ringers in the group, just like the jazz band. I'm going to go ahead and get their introductions now. And the reason why we have them, we have a phenomenal low brass section, but they tend to play a little bit better when there's a stronger presence. So that's why we have extra trombones. So Jared is playing trombone as well as Mr. Tebby from Crawfordsville. And in order to play some of this more serious literature, it requires a full saxophone section. So now Mackenzie's not all by herself now. So we have one of my professors from college. Is it doctor? Yet? Not yet? Almost Dr. Kelly Fallon on the alto. A person that I met only a few weeks ago, but I'm very excited that she joined, is Caitlin Douglas, right? Yes. I may be embarrassed, but I've always been horrible with names, and I don't shy away from that. And of course, on the Barry, we have Mr. Chris Colditz joining. So we're going to take a quick tuning note, and we're going to come back with you with highlights from Phantom of the Opera. So I'm going to preface Tripwire with a couple of things. Number one, it was highly suggested by Anessa Kolditz because this was played at the All-District Band back in November. And I looked at it and I'm like, heck yeah, we're going to give it a go. And I'm glad we did because the percussion have a blast. I'm going to just leave it at that. So that piece, Sea Glass, was specifically selected for those soloists. And they played beautifully. That was fantastic. Next. Yeah. All right. So now, I thought spreading out the awards would make it easier tonight. That way we're not listening to talking over and over and over and over. So now, while the winds get ready for the next piece, I am going to announce the awards for the Marching Blue Alliance, and then the Color Guard Director, Chris Rhodes, will come up to announce the awards for the Winter Guard. So first, I will start with the Marching Band. The Marching Band really did have an incredible season. They had a tough show, it was a very serious show, and they pulled it off. At their first outing at Brownsburg, they took first place. At their second outing to Northwestern, they got third, which was still really good. And then at Avon, almost a clean sweep, First place, Best Auxiliary, Best Visual, Best Music. And the awards for Avon and Northwestern are sitting out here on the awards table. I would have put the one from Brownsburg, but it was literally a box of D batteries. And I thought that would kill the vibe. Was there a gift certificate? We need to find that. Okay, we need to find that. However, the season did not end the way we had hoped it would. They ended up getting silver at the prelims, which, as far as I'm concerned, they played their hearts out and it was fantastic. I blame that to judges expecting every band to be Avon. And the reason I say that is because in Scholastic B, there were 12 bands, including us. 1 got a gold and advanced to state. 2 got bronze, and the rest got silver. So I blame that to judging. And I hope that that doesn't kill their spirits because they played their hearts out and it was a fantastic season. So nice job, Marching Blue Alliance. So with Marching Band, there are 4 awards. The first of these awards is the Rookie of the Year. So Marching Band is not an easy thing. For anyone to consider doing it, it takes a lot of heart, it takes a lot of devotion, and it takes a lot of ingenuity to do it. So, when a rookie really digs in and is a shining member of the band, it's worth taking note. And this person did it very, very easily. Not only was this person an outstanding member in their section, when they got physically hurt, they fought me to make sure they were standing. They did not like it when we told them to sit down. She already knows who she is. And we always harp on her because even during Winter Guard, she was having issues with her leg and her whatever that body is, ankle. My degree is in music, not health. So, the outstanding Rookie of the Year for the Marching Blue Alliance is Miss Molly Hanna. Careful with those stairs. Left me hanging.
You'll be okay.
I'm only slightly insulted, just fine. See, he's giving her crap too. It's not just me. The next award we have also typically goes to a rookie, and in this case it did. As I said, it takes a lot of hard work and dedication to really get involved with marching band. This person, I got emails from their parent about how they would go home so upset with the day because something didn't go quite right or something didn't quite get understood. But regardless of that, this person persevered through every rehearsal, and by the end of the season, they were an outstanding member of the group. And I'm very excited for what this person has in store for this season. Last season, she was by herself. This year, she has 2 friends to join her in the mellophone section. So this is going to Lily Patterson. I don't know why they always act so afraid of me. I feel like I'm an approachable person. Okay, the final 2 awards. These are the Outstanding Section Leader Award and the heart of the Marching Blue Alliance. And we're going to start with the outstanding section leader. So these specifically are decided upon by each of the staff members, who last year involved Chris Rhodes of the Guard, my brother actually, Chris Hartzog, and Anna Day for the percussion. Braxton Phillips was there throughout the season. Am I forgetting anybody? And before I forget, Ava was the drum major. So, I'm not going to forget you this time. So, the outstanding section leader, typically, or not typically, it goes to the section leader that shined above the rest. They made marching band their mission. They made sure that every single detail of their section and of the staff was met. Constantly being asked what can be done, what needs to be improved, what are you doing that needs to be done better, Mr. Hartzog and Mr. Rhodes? That was brought up. I'm not kidding on that one. However, that was supposed to be a joke. It wasn't sarcasm, I promise. Uncomfortable laughter, not a good sign. So, this was a unanimous decision by all four of us. The outstanding section leader for the Marching Blue Alliance, Miss Autumn Hamilton. And finally, for the marching band, the heart of the Marching Blue Alliance. This is the member who they tend to be the first one there, and no matter how many times we tell them to go home, are still the last one there. They are constantly making sure that everything's ready for rehearsal, making sure that everything is needed or done with the directors and the staff. If we're talking about a show design or something like that, they are out there on the field making sure everything is getting done. Basically, if there was going to be a marching band made of all of this one person, you'd want it to be them. And this person went above and beyond to a point that I cannot even stress. Because not only did they do it for marching band, they did it all the way up through tonight. So this person's dedication knows no bounds. And that, the heart of the Marching Blue Alliance, goes to Mr. David Boone. And now I'll pass it off to the Guard Director and the Winter Guard Director, Mr. Chris Rhodes.
Okay, awesome. Hello. All right, hello everyone. I'm Christopher Rhodes. I'm the Color Guard Director here. I've been here now since, 2022? 22, yeah. Sometimes it feels like I've been here for like 10 years sometimes, and I am not even that old yet. First off, I wanted to say that I am extremely proud of all of the kids that I had this winter. A lot of them went above and beyond, showing me, not only me, their parents and their friends, family, and not only that, but themselves, that they can do whatever they put their minds to. I had a couple kids who had never picked up guard equipment in their life. Most of them, the ones that I'm talking about, play instruments, and normally you do one or the other. You don't do both. But I wanted to say that I have an extraordinary group of kids that almost all of my Guard members, I think, are in the band. A lot of you are all here. And if they're not in the band, they're in the choir in some way, shape, or form. So it's really nice. I have a very talented group of kids. So first off, for Rookie of the Year, this basically is just the person who came in and was like, they were here and they got the job done. I never had to push them super, super hard. They always push themselves. Someone that really proved themselves to me, not only to me, but to themselves. And that goes to Eliana, ooh, I'm going to butcher the last name, Leakin? Oh, I was going to say Lukin. Leakin. She's not here, I know.
So Ellie is currently living her best life at Disney World. So can one of her friends text her and say, hey, she got something?
And then, so my next award goes to my most improved. And this person, I just want to go and say, it was their first year. And this is somebody who has completely and utterly amazed me, to say the least. Someone that I teach some very difficult tosses. I teach difficult variations. This is someone who went above and beyond outside of practice and taught themselves all of this, and then came back and showed me and was like, hey, I can do this now. And I was like, I have never taught you that a day in my life. How can you do that? And that's just really awesome to see as a director and a coach. But for my most improved, that's going to go to Kristen Arnott. All right, and now I thought that was the last one. I forgot about this one. This is my last but not least award. So this one is going to be the Heart of the Blue Alliance Guard. So this is someone who specifically in the guard realm, keeps everybody going. Even when they're down, they are supporting the team. Even in times of mass stress is what I will say. This person came up and showed up, never gave me any less than what she knew she was capable of. And kind of the same situation as Molly, we talked about her earlier. They would not stay down when they were hurt. And that person is going to be Caitlin Arnott. Yeah, please don't.
No, you are not allowed.
Yeah, please do.
We don't need your knee out.
Yeah, we don't need any more ambulances coming.
We have too many knee injuries.
Right.
No.
I have to agree on that last one. For those who don't know the story, she was the first student I ever had to ride in an ambulance with. Well, you called the ambulance. I had to ride. I am sitting in the office. I believe we just finished a booster meeting, and Jill comes running in saying, Hartzog, someone's hurt. We need your help. So I run over, and she's down on the floor, just in serious pain. But still, after that, she definitely earned that award because she was still making sure she was at every practice, every competition, and she truly was the heart of the Blue Alliance Guard. I could say that you were out of breath panicking. Would that be better? How about some more music? So the next piece is a lot of fun. It was also suggested to me by a senior in January, Miss Cadence Rose. She came up to me and she goes, hey, you need to listen to this piece. And it happens to be one of my favorite composers. They all know that by now. But the piece is called Too Much Percussion. And not only is there too much percussion from the back, they all play percussion. So here we go. It's not a surprise. All right, they're already on their way. This next piece is the one that involves the choir. So I was going through music in July and found this piece that's based on Renaissance and medieval style music. And the program notes want you to imagine a parade of goblins and elves and wagons drawn by unicorns and jesters, all marching towards Merlin's castle, which is, to me, was a very interesting prospect. And then the choir part came in on the recording. And I said, oh yeah, we got to do that. So, all of the choir members who are up here are completely volunteer, so they deserve a hand for that alone. What? Probably. We'll make it work. I lost my train of thought. Oh, Procession of the Sorcerers. I've been here for 2 years, and I'm absolutely astounded by the choir and the work that Mr. Childs puts into that group. So having them join us and singing that beautifully means a lot to myself and the kids on stage. So, now typically, I like to keep the spring concert light and happy. There is one piece, it's this next one called Not Alone. It is possibly my favorite piece of music for band. And again, it's Randall Standridge. He is a big component, or a big advocate for mental health and anxiety and depression. And he's trying to change the way that we as a society work with it, interpret it, bringing attention to it. So he has a series called the Unbroken series, where every one of the pieces that he writes has to do with that topic. And this piece is meant to remind each of us, because I know that there are students on stage who deal with this. I personally struggle with this. And I know there are several of you out there in the audience who do as well. That we may have our tough times. We may have our moments where everything seems bleak. But there is light at the end of the tunnel, and you are not alone. So anyway, oh man, y'all played that so well. Now it comes for my emotional part of the night. So at this time, I would like to recognize our seniors in the group. And every single one of them have had their own journey through high school, but I've only been able to know them for 2 years. And I'm forever grateful to have had them for those 2 years. So kind of like what Chris did with the jazz band, I'm going to invite them up one at a time, and I'm going to share one of their highlights from the year. So first, going in alphabetical order here, Mr. Graham Dunham. So Graham, he tends to be the silent one of the bunch. But, you know, he's trying so hard to make sure it gets right. This year, he was prodded, I think mostly by his mother, but also by me, to take a Group 1 solo this year on the snare drum. And he did. And he did an extremely good job with that. Going off of the, he's going to do his best to make sure he gets it right. Just this week, yesterday, we were going over the With Violence section of Not Alone. And he was having a tough time with it. It was a rough day or something. But it wasn't right, and you knew he wanted it to be. And that drive, even from a silent person, is really remarkable. So, I really hope that the future is bright for you, because I know it is. So, Graham Dunham. Next senior, oh, I'm frazzled. Thank you. Evan Furry. Also a quiet one of the bunch in the trumpet section. I'm sure he's had many, many days where he's about ready to go over and smack the snot out of Max and David. But I never expected this from Evan, but I was excited when it came up. On the piece you heard earlier, Sea Glass, he learned to play some clarinet. So I don't know if you saw it, but he put his trumpet down and picked up the clarinet for a few bars. And that was the whole impression I needed from these 2 years, to have that drive to do it. And if that drive continues trying new things, especially on a concert or something else like this, you're going to go far. Anessa Kolditz, I'm sure she's tired of hearing her name by now.
Say my name. I got a cool name. Oh, I already have one.
Yeah. I was going to give this one to
Do I
you.
get two? Aw. What if I want two?
He's the one who got him.
I got a baby.
Talk to him, he's the one who got him. So,
Oh, baby's gone.
Anessa has been an integral part of the band program this year. Starting back in marching band, the piece that we had picked, the show that I had picked, had a massive solo in the third movement. And I knew there was only one person who could have and should have played it, and it was Anessa on the soprano saxophone. So not her primary, she got up on the prop, nailed that solo every single time. And in the same vein of learning a new instrument, she may not have liked it, but in January, I handed her my E-flat clarinet. And I said, hey, how would you like a new challenge in playing this on a piece for ISMA? And every time she was out of tune, she looked at me and said, why did you make me do this? But again, she pulled it off. And the reason why I think she definitely pulled it off is because in any high school scenario, if someone's playing E-flat clarinet out of tune, it'll be the first thing the judges say. Not once did a judge mention anything about E-flat clarinet. So she pulled it off and came through. So congratulations to that. You can hold it. No. I said you can hold it. You have your own. You can hug it later. Trying to think if I should skip this next one. I mean, forgotten her every other time, so why would now make anything different? Ava Nelson, get up here. How many times have I forgotten you so far? Twice? Yeah. After the second one, she goes, "You forgot me again." And I just said, "Oh, word I can't say in front of people." And so the next day, I came in with a Starbucks gift card and said, "Here, just sorry." That still wasn't enough because she'd heckled me about it every day since. So she said, right before this concert, "I hope you forget me again just so I can give you crap. Like, if I do, it'll be a joke." So, Ava, as far as accomplishments for the year, as a horn player, she's really grown. She's had several solos tonight and several opportunities tonight to let her sound shine, and she's really come through. The other thing, she's always been a strong leader. And this year, she was the drum major for the marching band. She not only took her duty of conducting and leading the group on the field, but she also did it off the field, which is all the more important. Making sure that everyone felt welcome, making sure that everyone felt positive about their rehearsals, even when everybody else was tired of the positivity. And don't tell me I'm wrong, because I know you guys had those moments.
I also battled the printer.
Ava did battle the printer quite a few times.
Told you.
The printer is very evil here, and I've had very, very many choice words with it, not in front of the children. But she knows the struggle of the printer. Yeah, she is a strong leader, and I know she's going to lead her way through the rest of her life. So congratulations, Ava.
Thank you.
I forgot.
Again.
And the last senior, Miss Cadence Rose. Her personality, her leadership, her camaraderie, everything about her lights up the room. Even on the field, when she came up to play the snare solos, she looked right at the judges and said, "Yeah, I'm playing." She expected that from the rest of the battery. She expected that from the guard in winter guard. There are no limits to the dedication that she holds. I am fortunate enough to have one more summer with her because she's decided to march this summer with the change of circuit that allows us to do it. So I'm very, very grateful that I don't have to say goodbye to her just yet before Purdue takes her, because she's going to do an amazing job this year. And the middle schoolers over there, what do they call you?
Mom.
They call her Mom.
She's our mother.
I have like 5 children.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's professional of me to say that, but she's the mom of the group. And I'm saying that as a quote, not me bestowing that on her. But for all of her dedication, for all of her strengths on the field, in the band room, on the court, in the pep band, everywhere she is lighting up the life of the band in every single detail, which is why not only is she getting this wonderful book, she is also the recipient of the John Philip Sousa Award. The John Philip Sousa Award, as many know, John Philip Sousa was the greatest bandmaster in the country. He has a legacy through the John Philip Sousa Award that every high school every year assigns to one graduating senior who is the epitome of the band program. The program cannot live without them. On the stage, in the rehearsal room, in the interconnections of everything that makes band. The heart of the concert band. Which is why it was such an obvious choice to give this award to her. So congratulations to you. Now, before we finish with the seniors, there's going to be a booster to come up because at one of our last booster meetings, we came up, I say we, but they did the work because they know how much I have to do behind the scenes. But they've come up with something absolutely incredible that we hope will thrive throughout the years going forward with the Tri-West Blue Alliance. So I will stand aside and let them talk about this.
These lights are bright. Hello, my name is Megan Hamilton, and I am the president of the Band Boosters. These are the rest of the Band Boosters up here. And we have a couple more awards that we wanted to give out tonight. We've created a new scholarship for, not for marching band, but for marching band participants. As Kyle said earlier, marching band is extremely tough. These kids give their all. They dedicate their own time after school, all summer long, very long days. I think they all deserve one of the Blood, Sweat, and Tear awards, honestly. But because of this, the boosters wanted to create a scholarship for marching band students that have marched for 4 years and given their all and just really love marching band. Am I forgetting anything? Okay. So I'd like to announce the recipients of this year's scholarships. The first one is Graham Dunham. Next one is Anessa Kolditz. Ava Nelson. And Cadence Rose. I should also mention that Roman Metamoris is getting one as well. He was the heart of the percussion, or one of the hearts of percussion and marching band, finished, even came back to compete with the team after they had already moved. So let's give a round of applause for Roman Metamoris. And that's all I have. Thank you.
We've got one more piece to close out our concert, and it was unanimously suggested by the group. Ava suggested it first. So, before we get to that, all of the seniors, thank you for everything you've done, and I hope that the future ahead of you is looking as bright as it's looking from here. So congratulations to you guys. I would say this is their final performance, but they're stuck with me until Saturday when we go to Kings Island to perform. So, it's not over yet. So, to close out the 2024 spring program, music from How to Train Your Dragon. seniors take a seat. Everyone but the seniors.
And Mr. Hartzog!
Thanks, man. With that, thank you for coming out tonight. I know it was a longer concert than what we were expecting, but I really hope you enjoyed it. Fantastic job to the jazz band this year. Fantastic job to the marching band, the Winter Guard, and of course the concert band. So from here out, high school goes to Kings Island, and then the seniors get on out of here and graduate. So thank you very much for coming. Have a safe drive home in the rain, and we will see you in the fall.